This seriously would be the perfect thing for them to add to Avengers Endgame with this whole Endgame Encore re-release. In case you're unaware, Avengers Endgame is coming back to theaters in just a few short weeks towards the end of September, with some new footage added onto it that, according to the Russo brothers, is crucial to connecting the stories of Avengers Endgame and Avengers Doomsday. Now, there have been a ton of theories floating around about what this new footage could be, but this is without a doubt the best theory that I've seen yet, and it's so good that if they don't go this route, I'm honestly gonna be a little bit disappointed. So famously, one of the weirdest things about Avengers Endgame is that being that it was the last movie in the Infinity Saga, it didn't have any sort of post-credit scene attached to it. It had a great credit sequence, but once you made it all the way to the end, there was nothing waiting for you there. Aside from the sound of Tony Stark hammering away at that sheet of metal in the cave from Iron Man 1, just as like a little tribute to where this whole thing first started. Now, at the time, and for the last 7 years since this movie came out, people never really thought much of that. It was just a little audio bite that played over the last closing Marvel logo. But now the Russo brothers have the chance to right the wrong they did to all those people who they made sit through all the credits of Endgame back in 2019 by finally giving the movie a post-credit scene. What if this time, at the end of the credits, instead of just hearing the sound of Tony Stark banging away at the metal and then the Marvel logo, fading out, it cuts to a new scene and we still do hear that clanging of the metal, except now instead of Tony Stark, this is Victor Von Doom from an alternate universe. He could be either forging his mask or something, he could be making armor, and then we just get that little stinger there, leading off into Doomsday. Maybe there's a little more to that scene, but you get the gist of it. I think this works so perfectly because it honestly doesn't really feel forced. Retroactively, it makes that soundbite from the end of Endgame feel like a little bit of a tease for something, even though obviously they weren't planning this back in 2019. Honestly, I think this would be the best way to go about things because you really don't want to be intercutting scenes that weren't originally intended to be part of the film into the original cut of Endgame. I just think that could end up being really weird. It would mess with the flow of things where I feel like this would work a lot better. But drop a like and comment, let me know what you guys want to see them add to Endgame with this re-release, and follow for more MCU content.